The monthly schedule for Uma Musume Global has been released. Today we'll go over all the new events and banners to keep you up to date with everything happening. Firstly, coming in a few days on August 5th is the Uma banner for Yippers Yukino Bijin, alongside a rerun support banner for the Silent Suzuka Speed and the Smart Falcon Power SSR cards. Yukino Bijin is a pretty versatile pace chaser who can run in both turf and dirt races, and almost all distances if you give her enough sparks. Her unique skill is a pulse-like skill that provides a speed boost in the last 300 meters of the race, and she also has a 10% speed growth, which can be very useful now in Grand Live, especially with that increased speed cap of 1600. Much like her support card, she comes with the gold No Stopping Me skill, which is a very good acceleration skill, and her other gold skill is Determined Descent, which is also an acceleration skill, but it is only activated on a downhill, which is a lot less reliable and more course specific than No Stopping Me. However, she can also get Head On, which is another good pace chaser acceleration skill though from random events. As for the rerun banner, the only really notable thing going out of these two cards here is the fact that they are both a scenario link card, which is okay I guess, and Smart Falcon also has a guaranteed groundwork event in her chains, so she can be nice for parent farming I guess to guarantee groundwork there. Otherwise though, it's a pretty skippable banner. August 5th though will also be the start of the registration period for Virgo Cup, with round 1 starting later on the 8th of August. Hopefully you've got your team ready to take on the onslaught of Christmas Ogres and all of the debuffers though, so best of luck to you in your races. Then on the 12th will be the new Uma banner featuring Seeking the Pearl, as well as a support banner for the KS Miracle SR Guts card and the Daiichi Ruby SSR Power card. Seeking the Pearl is a sprint and mile runner that can run pace, late, or even end closer. Her unique is yet another pulse-like skill, providing a speed boost in the final stretch. However, it only activates at 200 meters remaining, which is kinda cutting it very close in terms of it being actually effective. Sometimes 200 meters left might be a bit too late, and she only gets its full effectiveness of a 0.45 speed boost if she is within 2 lengths of the leading Uma. Otherwise, it is only a 0.35 boost. So it's kind of actually like a worse Triumphant Pulse actually. She does have a good mix of gold skills though. Both are velocity increases, where one is for a sprint race and the other is for mile races. She does also come with Head On naturally, so odds are you will be wanting to have her run as a pace chaser over a late or an end closer. And oddly enough, Seeking the Pearl only has one random event skill that she can get, but it is Uma Stan, which is another good skill to grab. As for the support banner though, the Daiichi Ruby card is a card that you should keep your eye out on, especially if you are a backline enjoyer, since her gold skill that she provides is the upgraded version of Leap Forward, a somewhat consistent late race acceleration for sprints and miles, which activates if you're positioned in 5th place or later during late race. Lates and ends can both make use of this gold skill, but lates do get the benefit of having a lot more late surger skill hints to take from Daiichi Ruby, such as late corner straightaways and late surger corners. All that being said though, this card, as great as it does sound, is still perfectly fine as a borrowable card, as you're kind of really only using it for that gold skill. Looking at its limit breaks, you unlock a skill point bonus at limit break 1, and you only just get initial guts at higher limit breaks, with the main benefits at max limit break being the 5% more friendship bonus and the 80 specialty priority. But even then though, at 0 limit breaks, she has a decent 50 specialty priority rate. She does give a +2 power bonus, but only once you get rainbow trainings with her. She's actually quite usable even with a single copy because again, you're mostly bringing her for that gold skill, not really for the stats that she would provide. Although then again, of course, higher limit breaks do give more stats though. The next day on the 13th of August, we have quite possibly the funniest pair of legend races ever, and that is because it is going to be for Nishino Flower followed up by Hishi Akebono, the two different ends of the spectrum. Then on August 18th will be the Halloween event, Days Flying By, complete with the alts for Agnes Digital and Meisho Doto, with a support banner for the besties Mejiro Palmer and Daitaku Helios. From the event, we will also be getting a free Shinko Windy Guts SSR card. Agnes Digital is once again the mixed turf and dirt expert for miles and mediums, with a weird spread of growth being split evenly amongst all stats except for wit. Unfortunately though, compared to her original, the Halloween Digital is kinda not as good because her unique is now a mid-race velocity increase while in the mid-pack or later, as opposed to the last stretch boost that the original has. And as for her innate gold skills, they are once again a generic mid-race skill and a dirt skill, but both of these shy in comparison to the original Digiton. Her generic gold skill is It's On, which, although it does provide the same speed boost of 0.35 as the original Super Stand, It's On only has a base duration of 1.8 seconds compared to Super Stand's whopping 3 seconds. And then as for the dirt skill, Halloween Digiton has another gold mid-race velocity boost, which don't get me wrong, it's okay, but base Digiton has that gold late race acceleration from Lead the Charge. That being said though, Halloween Digiton does still get the white versions of these skills in Uma Stand and Forward March though, so it's not the worst thing. And as for Halloween Dotto, she's the same pace chaser built for longer distances like always. Coming with an 8 swing maestro though, which is always nice to see, as well as the gold version of Head On, called Neck and Neck, a great acceleration skill for pace chasers. She also has on the attack the generic mid-race velocity increase for pace chasers, which is the white version of the skill that the Speed Agnes Tachyon provides. And her unique is a pretty funny one though, in that if she is positioned in 4th or above during the final straight, she gets a speed increase of 0.35, which is nice, but she also decreases the current speed of the 2 Umas ahead of her and the 2 Umas behind her. This is of course pretty good when she's in 3rd place, as this will hit almost everyone, the 2 people in 1st and 2nd, and then 4th and 5th. However, if Dotto is in 4th place and this activates, sure, she'll decrease the speed of the 2nd and 3rd place Umas, but that does leave the 1st place Uma kind of free to run. And if they have a decent lead and they're still pushing, it'll be pretty hard for Dotto to catch up. As for the support cards though, the Taitaku Helios speed card at max limit break provides a skill point bonus and +2 speed bonus. And she gives the gold version of Slipstream, which is a nice generic mid-race velocity boost. As for her other skills though, she gives a good mix of mile and frontrunner skills. She does have a decent specialty priority of 50 and an initial friendship gauge of 25 with 30% friendship bonus, but her special effect is a bit interesting. For each of the cards in your deck, you get initial stats based on their card type. So 10 for each card stat, where pal and group cards give +2 to all stats. So effectively you're getting a total of 60 bonus stats at the start of your career, which honestly is not that great when you think about it. When you think that it could also have been instead say something like increased friendship bonus or training effectiveness, which could very easily outpace and earn you way more stats than just a 60 at the start of the career. And then there's the Palmer card. Whew, the Palmer card. The Major Palmer card is a front card that also has a chance to give groundwork from hints, which is always nice to see, and her gold skill is taking the lead, which is great because that means you won't have to rely on the free Bourbon Wood card or the potential Agama Sen from Twin Turbo. There's plenty of other nice front skills in her hint list too, like Playtime's Over and Final Push. As a stamina card though, she doesn't really do a good job in terms of actually giving stamina though. Obviously no gold recovery does suck, and she doesn't have a stamina boost. She does come with a skill point boost though, and 80 specialty priority at maximum break, and her unique effect is actually quite nice, where you get a scaling training effectiveness bonus based on how much energy you have, with a base of 5% at 0 energy, scaling all the way up to a maximum of 20% training effectiveness at max energy, or rather 100 energy. It's an okay card in terms of guaranteeing you while also having a chance to give groundwork, as long as you don't rely on this for actually increasing stamina too much though. Honestly, when it comes to Grand Life, you're probably better off still using the Bourbon Wood card, which even though it's not the best wood card, at least it is a wood card, which is kind of what you want, so you don't have to waste energy when training with her, or using the good old Mario Zensky speed card as well, for stuff like relying on groundwork or nice gold skills for frontrunners. Otherwise though, from the event, there's also the Shinko Windy Guts SSR card, which unfortunately isn't that great, since the gold skill is the upgraded version of Muddy, which not only works on just dirt tracks, but only if the ground is specifically soft or heavy. Firm and good do not count, which, as a reminder for those of you that have been wondering about the upcoming CM17, which is on dirt, Muddy does not work there because again, the track conditions are good, whereas Muddy only works if it is soft or heavy specifically. And then lastly, on the 25th of August will be the Uma banner for the one and only Aston Macchan, who is perfect for the upcoming Sprint CM later this scenario, CM21. She can really only run in sprints and miles, as she has a G aptitude in dirt and the longer distances. As a sprinter though, her growths are very nice because she has a 20% speed and a 10% guts growth. Her unique provides both a speed and acceleration boost when she is in 1st or 2nd place and there is 400 meters left. On a track that is 1,200 meters long, like for example the upcoming Sprint CM, this will trigger perfectly at the start of the late race, letting her take full advantage of the speed and acceleration boost that it provides. Although she has A aptitudes in both pace and front, you really want to make her a front runner, since aside from her sprint gold skill in high spirits, which is a nice velocity increase just before late race, her other gold skill is taking the lead for fronts. And she also comes with innate groundwork. Macchan is obviously great in sprint tracks, especially 1200 meter tracks, as that is when her unique activates perfectly. It does activate a little bit late on 1400 meter tracks, and then once we cross over to mile tracks and the 1600 meter threshold, that's when it becomes a bit too late to activate. And she also loses some of her nice innate sprint skills too. Also on the 25th is a rerun banner for two very good support cards in Fine Motion and Maruzensky. Both of these are of course very good cards, especially the Maruzensky if you are a fan of making frontrunners. As for Fine Motion though, she is still good, yes, but of course there is the Meijiro Romonu banner, which is going to be the next scenario banner a couple months down the line for Grandmasters, which as a reminder, we will have some free pulls on it, so odds are you're going to be wanting to pull for Meijiro Romonu as well. But not only that though, next month is going to be another really good rerun banner with another Wit card, and that is going to be the Mr. CB Wit and the Super Creek Stamina banner. So instead, maybe if you aren't too keen on getting Fine Motions, maybe you could instead pull for the CB banner, especially if you are looking to rather instead get some extra copies of Super Creek as opposed to Maruzensky. And lastly, also on August 25th will be the start of the registration period for Libra Cup, with day 1 starting a little bit later on August 28th. Otherwise though, that is everything happening in August. What are you looking forward to the most, and what banners are you planning on pulling on? Let me know down in the comments below, and while you're there, why not consider leaving a like and also clicking subscribe. Otherwise, there is only one thing left to say for the video, and that is, you better not forget about Machan, okay?